Welcome to our channel Lightling Vision. What is your perception on true love? We all have a different one, I think. So today Mother will explain to us the different stages of love. So welcome, Mother. And today we're delighted to have you with us to talk to us about true love.
Yes. Well, as you already said, everybody has his own perception. That's true. And that has to do very probably with the experiences we have in life, each one of us. The different experiences. But still, what you can say about love, and when we say true love, we can ask ourselves the question, what is true love? Because in spite of the fact that we all have different experiences, there is something the same in all those experiences. And at the same time, there is something else the same in the midst of all those experiences. And that's a question mark in the midst. That's to say that even for those people for whom love has not come with troubles or difficulties in their lives, somehow they have a question mark, sooner or later. And then, if you analyze this, you can start by saying, when you're 20, I'm talking about the average person, you have a complete other outlook on love and everything that's touching this subject than when you're 50. If you define the extremes, you can say there are persons who live in celibacy all their lives, who will never marry, they're alone and they are quite happy in it. That's one part of the extremes. So the loners, the solitary riders, they're quite well with themselves and they do not necessarily seek marriage or a partner. And this is all right. I mean, I have no, as usual, I have no comment on it. Then you have the other extreme of persons that marry in their 20s and stay together for 60 years, and when they're 80 they're still happy together. In between those extremes of the balance, you have all kinds of experiences of many individuals. But I would say, on the average, when you're 20 you see love in one way, and when you're 50 or 60, and even 80, in another way. I think you can if you analyze human life, this is what, for me, comes up very strongly. That's to say, when you're 20, love is something that's easily taken for granted. It's there. Perhaps you don't even think about it. You can hear it in songs, you can read it in books. If you see some less easy experiences in this domain around you, difficulties, divorce, it's more the problem of other people. It's not touching you very deeply in the first place when you're 20. If a person of 20 sees love not necessarily as something that's natural or easy, that's because this person already has had difficult experiences in this life, in his youth, or brings to this life a consciousness of difficulties that this person has lived in previous incarnations. But normally a person of 20 sees love as something that is there for them as much as for the others, will not put it in question very deeply, and naturally has a hope for the future. Things will naturally work out well in the eyes of a person of 20 years. And it's not very deepened out in the way of yes, it might perhaps not go well. It is there. Now, when you see this person going on in life, and then this person has 30 years, it might be that if serious relationships have already been there in the life of this person, not everything worked out well, or not all the time. So you can see around 30, a first question mark can come up, but not necessarily in the lives of everybody. Then we go on, and then 40 comes up. When a person is 40, in general, on the domain of love, and in the life of modern men and women, you will see that very often, the first question mark is really coming up. Because you have been with the person you're married with for 15 years, for 12 years, for 10 years, and there you will have had experiences in which this love was not always ideal. So 40 is mainly the first stepping stone on which a human being starts saying in the modern world, yes, love, it's very beautiful, it's nice, but there's also another side on the medal. That question mark, this kind of reasoning, this kind of analyzing, the more we grow older, this question mark will very probably deepen out. And when you look at the psychological difference between a person of 20 and a person of 60, the first thing you can say is the perception of love, of what real love is or might be, has completely changed. Because between 20 and 60 you have had experiences that showed you that you might have had illusions when you were 20. You thought that love was naturally there for you, and the people you like and you love are ideal, and things will work out in this domain well for you in the course of a lifetime, and you see that it is not, or not as you thought, or not always the case. Because your love in the course of a lifetime, in the first place, will be tested. At first, when you're 20, you think the person you love and you want to marry with or you want to be with loves you and just you for the rest of his life. And then you find out that perhaps it's not the case. He loves you, but he might also love others. Then, if there are children, you will see that the love between parents and children sometimes is easy and works out well, and at other moments you have a child and it doesn't work. In your working place, it's the same thing. You will have colleagues, it works out well, and others, it is very difficult. So you have all kinds of experiences between 20 and 60 that show you that love is not something that is naturally there, and it's not something that is always easy to work with. And in fact, you ask yourself, little by little, what is it? What is it? And then the basic change that you will be confronted to is that, again, if you analyze your experiences, when you're 20, love is something that is naturally there as a big source, and it will flow towards you. You can take as much as you want from this source. And when you're 60, you find out that if you don't create the source yourself, well, some water will flow in your direction, but not always, and perhaps not enough. So you will see when you're 60, love is not anymore something that will be given to you, but it might also be that you have to give it, and then it will be called often sacrifice. So the love that comes to you when you're 20 transforms in a kind of giving or even sacrifice when you're 60, 70 or older. And that shows already that love is not something that is, but love is a unity or something that is growing. I would say love is nothing else than a perception of something that is, and then we talk about consciousness. My perception, the way I live love, the way I see love when I'm 20 is not at all the same as when I'm 60. And in the meantime, between 20 and 60, or between 20 and 70 or 80, I have gone through all kinds of experiences that have taught me something. And it's this growing process, being taught about love by life itself, that I think, if you analyze it, is love. It means I learn gradually in the course of my lifetime to love. When I start my lifetime, I have an idea about love. Quite egocentric, it should come to me, as I already said. And it changes in what is love, and then I see I have to give more, I have to sacrifice. So love is something that is like a school, it's teaching. I learn in the course of my lifetime about love. I learn gradually what true love is, and perhaps it's not at all what I thought when I was young. And the more I learn about true love, the better I can act in this domain, and the better the more I will live my life as a human being more in an equilibrium. The less I understand about love, the more I struggle with love, the less I will be in equilibrium myself. But in any case, love is a growing process and not a thing that is distributed only like presents and with Father Christmas. It's a growing process, it's an apprenticeship. And it teaches me in a measure that I want to learn, that I understand better how I can deal with this energy of love. And then I would say with this consciousness. So, in my eyes, in my experience, love has to do with consciousness. Understanding in a very deep way what this energy wants from me, why this energy is there, what's the goal of this energy, and if I can do what I can best do with this energy and not what I think or hope to do with it, because that doesn't work. So love has to do with learning, with growing in consciousness. And the more you grow and the better you, in a deep way, understand this force, the better you can deal with it in your life, the more happy you will be. And that's the first thing I would like to bring forward in this video about true love. It's not something that is, as a big present, brought to me, yes or no, by Father Christmas. It is a growing process, widening my consciousness of an energy that will teach me how to love myself better, the world around me. And in the measure that I am able to do that, I will be more happy.
Thank you so much. What a wise and beautiful explanation, Mother. Thanks.
No, thanks.
So don't forget to subscribe and please share this video with your friends and family. And take the time to listen to the beautiful song at the end of each video. So we'll see you very soon. Have a good day.
Graag zou ik willen weten, waarom zijn de bergen zo hoog? Misschien om de sneeuw te vergaren, of het dal voor de kou te bewaren. Of misschien als een heilige poort voor de hemelboog. Daarom zijn de bergen zo hoog. Graag zou ik willen weten, waarom zijn de zeeën zo diep? Misschien tot geluk van de vissen, die het water zo slecht kunnen missen. Of tot meerdere glorie van God die de aarde schiep. Daarom zijn de zeeën zo diep. Graag zou ik willen weten, waarom zijn de wolken zo snel? Misschien dat het een wenk aan de mens is, die hem toont dat er eigenlijk geen grens is. Of misschien is het ook wel eenvoudig een engelenspel. Daarom zijn de wolken zo snel. Waarom zijn de mensen zo mooi? Misschien dat de schepper laat weten zijn goedheid niet te vergeten. Of ook dat de ziel zich voor alles in schoonheid